trying time. We went through ownership changes. I felt like I wasn't getting the opportunities that I deserved.
Hey, Tim, I'm going to stream this live, by the way. So
Absolutely. And so when I met Shaka really taught me how to maximize opportunity and just focused on dominating my space. And when I did that, it was a mindset change. When I mean mindset change, it no longer I got to work. We had to be there at 9 o'clock. No longer I got to work at 8:45. I was at work at 7:45, right, with Shaka.
Yeah.
And then when the day ended at 6, when most people were going home, me and Shaka was in the dealership training to 9:15 at 9.
Yeah.
So those types of things really showed me what it takes to dominate your space, and then also sharpen your accent and really work on your craft. And so there's no difference in this industry, right? This is a different industry than the car business, but it's still the people business. And if we are to hit the goals that we all have and the expectations that we have for ourselves and for our families, we can't use adversity as an excuse. We can't use a rate increase as an excuse. We can't use I can't get this guy to come in as an excuse. And until we realize that, we're going to continue to miss opportunities. So Shaka really helped me dive in and maximize potential I didn't even know I had. So Shaka was my boss, and he took a leap of faith, went out and started his own company. And before that, he trained about over 100 F&I managers for a couple years. Now he has his own F&I training company, and that's what he does. So I'm gonna turn it over to him from there, but take notes.
all right, cool. So, hey, guys, listen, I appreciate you guys taking some time with me this morning. Anytime I get the opportunity to speak to people, anytime I get the opportunity to chat with Tim, talk to Tim, help his team out, to help his company out, I'm all about it. Because I like Tim said, I know Tim. Tim used to be a finance guy for me. And I promoted Tim to the sales desk, and he and I rocked the sales desk for a long time. And then once I left the dealership, he replaced me. He became the general sales manager and then became the GM. But it's something I saw in Tim. I used to tell Tim that, Tim, you are the Michael Jordan of Davenport. Did I not, Tim?
You did.
I saw something in him. Because here's the deal. When it comes to business, any type of business, it's just like he said, it's not the business at hand, but it is the person. Would you agree? Like everybody in every single business that you guys have ever seen or going to be a part of is going to face adversity. They're going to face challenges. They're going to face obstacles. It's never going to cease, right? It's never going to stop. But the duty of the person who decides to participate, right? When you decide to get up in the morning and go to this company and be a part of it, when you decide to participate, now you have to decide to show up on purpose. You have to decide to show up on purpose. And the problem is that a lot of people don't show up to their companies. They don't show up, whether it's State Farm or whether it's a dealership or whether it's some other tech company. They don't show up on purpose. They just simply show up. And you have to show up with the end game in mind. Would you agree? Like, you have to always show up with the big picture in mind. What is it that you're waking up for? Why is it that you're showing up at this company? What is it that you are looking to accomplish? Right? But what happens is that we shift our focus, right? We shift our focus from what we're trying to accomplish to the adversity and the challenges that are in front of us. Would you agree? And when we start looking at these little small pieces of the puzzle every day, when our focus shifts to these little small, little incy-bincy little pieces, then what we lose focus of is the big picture. Are you with me?
Yeah.
And so you have to let the big picture drive you. You have to let the big picture motivate you. You have to remember, before you ever started at that company, why you decided to do it in the first place. Why you decided to take that leap of faith. Why you decided to go from the college to State Farm. Why you decided to go from another State Farm agency to the one that you're currently at. Why you decided to come from the other background into State Farm. Why did you decide to do it? Right? It wasn't so that you don't accomplish, right? You are looking to gain something out of it. Would you agree?
Yes.
So with what you are looking to gain out of it, this is what you have to stay laser focused on, and this is what you have to allow to drive you. So you must show up on purpose. Did everybody write that down?
Yeah.
Show up on purpose. The second thing is keep your eyes on the big picture. Okay? Understand something. You are never going to be without challenges in your company. It ain't never going to happen. Okay? Today is Tuesday. You're going to have some challenges today, right? You're going to push past the challenges. You're going to get through these challenges. You're going to fight through these challenges, right? You're going to overcome the challenges. But then guess what's coming tomorrow? Some more challenges, right? And so then you gotta knuckle up, right? You gotta scrap a little bit. You gotta fight. You gotta overcome those challenges. But then guess what's coming Saturday, right? And then guess what's coming next Tuesday and next Thursday, right? But what happens is that people who don't produce spend their time trying to avoid challenges. That's what they do. They try to take the path that everybody else travels, right? They spend their time trying to avoid challenges rather than becoming better than the challenge. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And in the automotive world and in the finance world, I always tell people, listen, it's only a challenge until you skill up past it. You with me? It will always be a challenge until you skill up past it. Think about this. You people, you guys in the room and gals in the room, you guys couldn't drive at one time, right? When you were 11 years old, driving a car was a challenge. Would you agree?
Yeah.
But you guys learned it. You guys learned how to challenge. And now if I said, hey, listen, I'm going to pay each one of you guys $100. You go out in the parking lot and you drive your car up and down the street. You guys can do it with no sweat, right? With certainty and with confidence. Why? Because you skilled up past the challenge. This is no different. It's just a different challenge. Would you agree?
Yeah.
You guys have got to have goals, okay? Always have goals. Remember, you got to have goals. Goals are the reason, okay? Write that down. Goals are the reason. Goals are the reason. You gotta have goals. If you don't have goals, then you need to get with your boss and you need to clarify them. You need to get with Tim and you need to clarify what are your goals. Like he said, at night, he and I, the dealership closed at 7, 8, or 9 o'clock. Me and Tim would be at that dealership till 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. And we'd be training. I'd be training, right? Right or wrong, Tim?
Right.
And the purpose is to become great. If the purpose is to become great, it'd be me and him in this dealership, all the lights off in the parking lot, all the lights off in the showroom, and me and him are in the sales office, right? And what was I training on, Tim? I had a dry erase marker and I had a window, right or wrong? You remember?
Yeah, I remember, man.
And I'm training using a window. Tim, look at this and look at this, and this is how we do this, right? But the whole purpose is to become phenomenal. I wanted to show him that nothing stop us but us, right? I wanted to show him that there was no barrier, no obstacle, nothing better than he and I. All we had to do was put our foot on the gas pedal, right? And this is true of you guys. Nothing can stop you from accomplishing your goals. I don't know what your overall goal is, whether it's to write the most insurance policies this month, whether it's to deal with your existing customers, maybe it's both. I don't know what the overall goal is, but listen to me. Someone in your industry is going to be number one, right or wrong?
Right.
So if someone is going to be if someone is going to be number one, then that right there says that it's possible, right? And if it's possible, why rock at a level 7 when 10 is available? Right? If you showing up on purpose every day, why rock at a level 7 when 10 is available? Right? When it's time to take action, why wait when now is available? Right? If it's available to you right now, let's roll. Right? Let's get it. Right? Don't be afraid to fail. Right? What stops a lot of people is this thing called fear. Right? That's what stops a lot of people. And people, the people knocking on doors, right? Talking to customers, cold calling customers, right? talking to customers about something that these customers had no intent on talking to you about, right? Trying to call on customers to switch from their insurance company to your insurance company, right? It's a thing called fear that prevents all of you from doing it. Would you agree?
Yeah.
But listen to me. If you knew that if you touched 100 people today and 99 of them would convert, right? All you had to do was shake hands with them and have the conversation. I guarantee you guys would try to be burst out the door to go talk to them 100 people, right or wrong.
Yeah, right.
So it's that certainty and that confidence. So you have to get over the fear. It is the fear that allows you to hesitate. It is the fear that holds you back. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Now, somebody on this call, tell me what fear stands for. Tell me.
I would say fear to me sounds like just anxiety. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of fear.
Awesome. So listen, I want you guys to write this down. Fear. F-E-A-R. Okay? And these notes that you're taking, I want you to tape them up in your office. Tim, can they tape them on their wall?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So I want you to tape these notes on your wall. F-E-A-R. Fake excuses and reasons. That's Shaka Dyson's definition of fear. Fake excuses and reasons. Why? Why aren't you calling on that customer? Right? Why did you leave a message with no intent to call that customer back? Why haven't you gone to that guy's or gal's place of business to talk to them about insurance? Why haven't you dropped off another business card? Why haven't you taken that prospective client out to lunch? Why? Why haven't you made those 100 phone calls today? Why? For what reason? Right? It's fear, fake excuses and reasons. Would you agree? Because as everybody on the call just said, man, if you knew for certain that you would be successful, you would go out and do it. Would you agree?
Yes.
So you got to push past the fear, right? Because like you guys said, someone in your industry is going to be number one, right? So like when it comes to Tim, I never have allowed Tim to make excuses. Right or wrong, Tim?
Never.
I've always pushed him. Always. Why? Because the goal can be accomplished. Even if you get uncomfortable, the goal can be accomplished. Remember, you got to keep your eyes on the prize, right? You got to keep your eyes on the goal, and you have to show up on what?
Purpose.
On purpose. You have to show up on purpose. This is not a job. This is a life. I always tell people that this isn't a job. This is life, right? You're living your life right now. And think about this. All of us are dying by the minute. Every breath we breathe, every minute we sit somewhere, we're all dying by the minute. We're all getting closer, right? So why not live great? Would you agree? Why not be the best? Right? Why not fire on all 12 cylinders? For what reason? Right? Become the best, be the best, grind like the best, push the best, do the best. Would you agree? It's in every one of you. If you, listen to me, if you weren't going to be the best, if you weren't going to give it everything that you had, you should have quit a long time ago. Right? You should have quit when Target was advertising in the newspaper. Right? You should have quit when they were advertising for the new mailman down the street. Right? But none of you stopped them. Every one of you showed up. Right? So now that you show up, you can't quit now. Now it's time to go out there and get number one. Right? Who's better than you? Right? There ain't no one better than you. Maybe some of them give a little bit more effort, but they're not better. Would you agree? They're not better. So we have to take this, ingest this, and live this. It's not a job. This is life. State Farm, you guys can be number one in your market. When Tim calls me and he tells me, hey, Shock, man, you know, we had a pretty decent month last month. Man, we came in number 3. What do I tell you, Tim?
Why not number one?
Why not number one? Why are you calling me and telling me that you got number 3? What are you bragging about? Right? Why are you calling me, Tim, to tell me you got number 3? Right? Because when you get number 3, that means 2 other agencies, 2 other companies put in more work than you. They were more fired up than you. They were more motivated than you. They put in the hard work, right? They were firing on all cylinders. You let somebody outdo you. the Michael Jordan of Davenport, Iowa. You let somebody outdo. Come on. Come on. Right? You got, listen to me. There can only be one king of the jungle. Right? Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. Right? But listen, always understand this. Go out there and give it your all. A wolf does not care about the opinion of sheep. Right? So who are you worried about? Who are you worried about offending? Who are you worried about being nervous about? Whose opinion do you care about? Right? What you need to be caring about is producing. Right? You need to be worried about producing for yourself. You need to be worried about producing for your family, for your company. Right? And you need to be worried about producing for your future self, because your future self is counting on you right now to give it everything you got. Think about that. You in 3 years is looking at you right now and saying, listen, I need you to give me everything, because I can't get where I need to be in 3 years if you're not giving it your all right now. Would you agree?
Yes.
So I need to get that push out you, right? Get rid of that fear, those fake excuses and reasons. I need to get that push out you, right? If number one is there, if the ranking of number one is there, why not you? Ask yourself that, okay? It's time to go get it on. It's time to push harder. It's time to make October your little punk, okay? You need to own October. Like, October needs to wish that they never met you, right? Like, everyone on planet Earth needs to know you in the month of October. Would you agree? You need to become famous for being so good in the month of October. Would you agree? This is the type of fire that you need to have, because what do we need to do every day? We need to show up on what?
Purpose.
Come on, man. You didn't say that like you were motivated. You need to show up on what?
Purpose.
Listen to me. Am I the most motivated person on this call? You need to show up on what?
Purpose.
On purpose. It's time for us to go out here and get this money, because listen to me. The people got it. Would you agree? There's no shortage of money on this planet. Would you agree? If there was ever a shortage of money in the United States of America, what do you think the government would do?
Keep it.
They print more of it. Right? There is no shortage. Right? So if there is no shortage of money and you have the best product on the planet and you are the best insurance company on the planet, why? Why aren't you throwing your insurance? Why aren't you throwing your product in front of them? They got the money. They walking around with boatloads of money, right? They walking around with fistfuls of cash, waving it in front of you. They say, there you go. Here you go right here, right? And what they're doing is they're daring you. They're daring you to come show them some value. They're daring you to come bring them your product. They're daring you, right? But listen to me. What your competition banks on, they bank on the fact that you're going to be fearful. They bank on the fact that you're not going to make the phone calls. They bank on the fact that you're not going to knock on the doors, right? They bank on the fact that you're not going to go talk to customers. They bank on the fact that you're not going to show up on purpose. This is what your competition does. They bank on this, right? But guess who don't bank on it? Number one don't. Number one is out, right? Number one is like, listen to me, I'm number one. Number one don't give up, right? Number one pushes past the fear, right? Number one is used to the adversity and challenges, right? That's what number one does. That's what it takes to be number one, and that's what number one does. Number one sees challenges for what they are, little hiccups. Right? Number one is focused on the big picture at all times, right? Number one knows that if I want to close 80 customers, I got to call 100, right? Number one knows everything about their product. They know how valuable their product is. They are confident and certain in their product, right? Number one is confident about bringing their product to the customer, right? Number one shows up early and stays late, right? That's what number one does. Would you agree? When I ran that dealership there, Tim showed up early and he stayed there late with me, right? Because I wanted to show him that we weren't competing with the guy down the street. We were competing with everybody in the United States of America, right? That was our stage, right? I wanted to show him that, listen to me, we got to not think small. We got to not think about this neighborhood, these streets, this little town, this city, Right or wrong, Tim?
Right.
I wanted to show him that the whole country was our competition, and he and I were there to dominate. Right? So he showed up early, right? He showed up after me, but he showed up early, and he stayed late every single night. He was there with me every single night. And we were training, and we were training, and we were training. Why? Because it's possible. Does anybody in this room not believe that in reality, not believe that number one is possible? Does anybody, do any of you believe it's not possible? No. Okay, so if you in reality believe that number one is possible, then who is it up to go grab it? In reality, do you really believe that? Like, do you really believe that in your core? That it's up to you to go get it. See, here's the deal. In my industry, okay, in finance, in the automotive industry, right, there's levels to this, right? There's levels to this thing. In any industry, right, in your business, in my industry, there's levels to this. And I refuse to be second to anyone when it comes to finance training. I refuse, right? I'm the number one F&I trainer in the automotive industry on purpose, for a reason, right? And it's not talk when you out there changing lives, right? It's not talk when you out there changing the game. Would you agree? So now what you guys got to do is, man, you got to show up and you got to get out there and you got to change the game for people. People need do you guys sell a good product?
Oh, yes.
So you guys have a good product. Are you guys ethical people? Is Tim Harrington and his company a great company?
Oh, yes.
So you work for a great company, you're ethical, and you have a great product. Then listen to me. Why don't people have it then? It is unethical of you to not give these people your product, to not sell these people and close these people on your product, right? So it's time for us to step up, right? Is number one available? Then come on. It's time for us to step up, guys. It's time for us to kill October. That's the topic of your notes. I want you to, at the top, I want you to write crush October. Crush it. I need for this to be an October like you guys have never had before. I need you to dominate. I need you to crush October. I need you to murder October. I need the FBI, I need the police to come looking for you for what you did to October. Come on. That's the laser focus I need for you for these 30 days, right? I need you to manhandle October, abuse October, right? I need you to crush October. Get more success out of this October than in any month in your entire life. Make more money. Make more money in this month than you ever have in your entire life. You guys with me this morning?
Yeah.
Somebody say, come on. You with me this morning?
Yeah.
You with me this morning?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on. All right, guys. Come on. Come on. Oh, man. All right, Tim, man. So what else, big dog?
Man, that was excellent. Appreciate you. That motivated me so much, man.
Come on.
Here's what we're going to do. Shaka, here's what we're going to do. At the end of October, right, since you issued the challenge, we're going to FaceTime you again at the beginning of November to let you know how we crushed October.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys. I appreciate you guys and crush it today, okay?
All right, thank you.
Talk to you soon.